when I sit back and look, because you keep on seeing, who's the best at this weight, who's the best at that weight, and it was crazy that someone sent me something about the best welterweights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had Sugar Ray Leonard number one,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said before, he was the guy that paved the way for myself. But then how could you have a guy that's ranked number one when his first loss was to a light, which was Roberto Duran?
Mm.
And then they also talked about me facing Marquez, which they tried to say had a catch weight, which was 144. But this same guy, Marquez, who knocked out the number 3 ranked welterweight, because they had Pacquiao ranked number 3 at welterweight, but he got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. And they try to say that basically he was too small for me, but he wasn't too small for Pacquiao. So it's crazy how all these ratings go, nowadays. And of course, the fighters are going to always. Fighters are always going to say, I would have done this, I would have done that, and this guy should be ranked here. Even like a lot of these so-called boxing experts. It's just crazy how these guys are experts. But, if you're an expert, you got to really, really do your homework before you speak on certain subjects about boxing. I think so. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. What else can I say?
I mean, yeah, they're entitled to their own opinion, but at the same time, like what exactly are they looking at when they're coming up with these lists and creating these opinions? I mean, numbers don't lie. You've said it. A lot of people say it. And just looking at your record, obviously 50-0, but I think you fought like 20 or 21 world champions, and I don't know how many Hall of Famers you've beaten. I mean, you were able to accomplish that in like 50 fights. And when
you got guys, like my thing is this: sometimes when I speak, I just speak from the heart and I speak the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people feel like speaking the truth is arrogant or kind. I just speak from the heart. And I don't knock no fighter. I just speak facts. Whereas you see a lot of fighters had to have 100 and some fights.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, he's great because he was 109 in 4. But, out of the 109 in 4, he could have had 80 knockouts. But who did he beat in those fights? If I accomplished more than what he's accomplished in 50 fights, then, he was working harder and I was working smarter.
Mm.
And it's always about working smarter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times they say, okay, if you just look, they say, well, every time I fight a guy, they say, oh, man, if a guy is crazy, like when I fought, may he rest in peace, Gennaro Hernandez, when I was 21, and I think he was like 31 or 32. When I fought him, they said that he had too much experience for me. But then when I won the fight, then they said he was over the hill. But then when I fought Canelo, and Canelo was probably, I don't know how many years younger than I was, but then they said he was inexperienced, but he had to just me. We had like the same amount of fights when we fought, and I was deep in my 30s, and he was in his youthful years. He was in his early 20s. So it's just crazy how these people speak, about boxing. When you speak about boxing, you really got to do your homework and really know what you're talking about. So different from me facing Shane, So when I faced Shane, I think we both were in our 30s.
Mm-hmm.
We somewhere was like 5 years apart, and me and Oscar was 4 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
Because they was 92, from the team, from the alternate and the Olympians from the '92 team, and I was in '96.
Yep.
So it's crazy. When I fought Shane just came off his biggest win against Antonio Margarito. That was his biggest win.
Yeah.
Then when I beat him, they said, I fought him right after that. They said, you know what? He's washed up. But then I think if I'm not, did Canelo fight him after me?
Yep. So did Pacquiao. So
So it's crazy how, the things that they say, even like when I faced Oscar, you go look at the gloves I had on. He chose everything. He chose the gloves. He chose the weight class. And even like when I faced Canelo, and I don't take nothing away from Canelo, football fighter. But when I faced Canelo, go back and read, Canelo and his team said, we want to fight Mayweather had to catch weight because we believe we can beat him.
That's true.
And they thought I was older, and they thought I was over the hill. And I'm not knocking these fighters. I'm just telling you what is going, what goes on in the sport of boxing about people knowing the sport and people not knowing the sport.
Do you think it's personal? Like not, I mean, obviously not with you, but like, do you think certain people in the media, like, do you think they feel some type of way about you, so they're purposely like? It don't
really matter because I don't entertain it anyway. Because of course, a lot of things I'm going to hear a lot of different things because people will say, "Oh, did you hear this? Or did you hear this? Or did you see this?" And my thing has always been, listen, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So if I beat all these so-called guys that was, when they're young, they're inexperienced. If they're a couple years older, then they're over the hill. No different from when Canelo fought Cotto. I mean, like I said before, but when I fought Cotto, they said he's washed up. But I'm a lot older than Cotto. So I think it's the Mayweather rules. It's totally different for me.